Sir Tailor, a lot of parents will have had the results from the 11 plus exam come through for their child, and they'll be facing filling out the common application form, the CAF. What advice can you give them at this stage?
I would say to think carefully about which schools they list and the order in which they list them. Now, as for which schools they list, it's not as simple as just the schools that they prefer. Most people will have 6 choices of school that they can put on their CAF. So it's no good just listing your 6 favorite schools, because it's quite possible that you're either not in catchment or your child has not qualified for any of those schools. What you want to do is make sure that you've put at least one school that your child has already qualified for or is almost certain to qualify for. Now, that could happen in 2 ways. Either it's your catchment school, your local school, and in order to qualify for it, all you have to do is live in a particular area which you happen to, so you will qualify. Or your child sat and passed an 11 plus exam with a good score, a score high enough to qualify them for an offer. Now, a little word of warning. For the grammar schools in Slough, the pass mark is 111. Now, if you happen to be in the position where your child has scored 111, it's no good putting Langley or Herschel on your common application form unless you happen to live on the doorstep of Herschel or within a couple of miles of Herschel, because then there is a good chance of qualifying. But other than that, a score of 111 will not qualify a child for Herschel, and it won't qualify a child for an offer from Langley. Although they've passed, it's not high enough to, if you like, make the cut. Another thing is that with Langley they have an admissions area which is described by postcode or postcode areas, and if the home address where the child lives doesn't happen to be within the admissions area, there's no point applying to the school, because Langley Grammar School is heavily oversubscribed with children who pass, and so the chances of them offering places to children who are outside the admissions area are practically nil. So if you like, that would be a wasted choice on the CAF. So it's actually really important to look at the cut-off marks for the various schools, and that's information that we do provide based on historical information, and to include a school that your child is likely to qualify for. Now, having said that, you may have the intention of appealing for a place at a school that your child has not qualified for, or you think may not qualify for. For example, if your child scored 115, they may or may not get an offer from Herschel Grammar School. And if it turns out that they don't get an offer from Herschel Grammar School, and you really want that school for your child because you think it suits their needs very well, then you may have in mind that you'll make an appeal at the appropriate time. Now, if you're planning to appeal for a place at a particular school, you should list that school on your CAF, because it will be a very weak appeal if you didn't list that school as one of your preferred schools. So what should you put on your CAF? You should certainly put a school that your child has already qualified for or is almost certain to qualify for. You should put any school that you're planning to appeal for a place at, and you should include a school, other schools that you would like your child to be considered for. Now, the way that your choices operate is this. Your local authority will contact all the schools, or actually they'll contact local authorities where the schools are for all the schools that you've listed on your CAF, in order to find out whether or not you've qualified for a place there. And they will get a reply from each school, and the reply will either be positive, i.e. yes, we are prepared to offer a place, or negative, no, we are not prepared to offer a place. Then what the local authority will do, it will go down the schools listed on your CAF in order from top down, and they will offer one place on National Offer Day, which will be the 3rd of March next year. And that one place will be at the school that was highest on your CAF, which said yes. So that's the reason why it's critical that the schools are listed in true order of preference, because you'll be offered a place at the highest one on your list that said yes. And it's really important that at least one school is listed which your child has already qualified for or is almost certain to qualify for, because if your child does not qualify for any of the schools on your CAF, then you won't be offered any of them, and you'll have to wait until all the schools have finished the process of offering places, and then you'll be offered a place at a school which still has places left after that process. Now, a school which ends up with places at that stage is likely to be an unpopular school. So you could end up in the situation where if your child is not offered a place at any of the schools on your CAF, they are likely to be offered a place at a school that you did not list. It is likely to be a school that's unpopular, and it may not even be your local school, and so children may have to travel some distance to get there.